Hi, this is Tim and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to look at fingerstyle guitar, fingerstyle acoustic guitar. So a few little pointers. You should be using kind of if you've got nails, try and use your nails to get hold of the string because it sounds so much nicer. So you're just using the slight fleshy part of your finger and you're also just grabbing it with the tip of your nail as well. If you don't have fingernails, you haven't grown them out, don't worry, it still sounds okay without them. But when you get it with the nail, there's a little bit more life to the note. The side of your thumb is using, you're using the side of your thumb to just hit that bass note. I've seen some people when they play this kind of stuff, they leave one or two fingers kind of attached to the guitar. If you watch people like Tommy Emmanuel and Chet Atkins, they'll leave their little finger or these two fingers attached to the guitar. I can't play like that. I've tried. I find that it's too awkward for my ring finger. It seems to want to cramp up, so I leave my fingers off. It's up to you, whatever you feel more comfortable with. I have heard people say that you should try and rest your finger there because then you've got something to anchor on. If you can, you play that and it feels comfortable, go right ahead. I just can't. It hurts my fingers. It's weird. It's so strange. It's a strange sensation. First thing you need is a capo, or a capo if you pronounce it incorrectly. It's capo. First song I'm going to do is a song called I Go Insane, and it's by Lindsey Buckingham, who is from Fleetwood Mac, or was from Fleetwood Mac. And if you haven't checked any of his stuff out, he's an incredible acoustic guitar player. But this is a really nice kind of introduction to his playing and again to get some fingers going. So capo's up to the 4th fret, so let's give that a move. Okay, so again, all the fret numbers I give you are in relation to the capo. So the capo, although it's at the 4th fret, it's now 0. So it starts off with some harmonics at the 12th fret, which are right up here. 7th, and you've got this really nice little line. So what that is kind of an A minor to an E minor. So we're playing the bass on the 5th string and you're playing the 1st fret on the B string with a little pull off open, and then 2nd fret on the G string, and then you play open bottom E and open G to open A to 2nd fret on the G. So what we've got is it's like a little run up an A minor chord. It goes to 3rd fret on the D string and 5th fret on the top E string with the open B, and then slide that up 2 frets, and then this nice little line. So what that is, 8th fret on the top string and the open A string pulling off to the open top E string. Then you've got 1st fret on the B string pulling off to open. All over the top of an open A. And you've got that little motif which crops up, which is the E minor to the A. So all together, that riff. Again, tabs will be down on my Patreon page. And the 3rd track is another Lindsey Buckingham or Fleetwood Mac song. It's Big Love. Again, we're going to leave the capo on the 4th fret. We're just looking at the intro and it goes a little something like this. So what that is, it's a little bit quicker than that. sounds cool when you play it nice and slow. So what we've got is this little hammer-on kind of motif. It's based around just an A minor. So you have a hammer-on the D string, open to 2nd fret, and then the 2nd fret on the G string. And then you have that over the top of this bass line. So that's just the open A, 3rd fret on the low E, 1st fret on the low E. So you play the open A and the open D together with the hammer on. So what's important is to try and get that little rhythm under your fingers before you start moving the chords. Once you can get the hang of that rhythm, so open A, open D, hammering onto the 2nd fret on the D string, then with another open A string, and then you have that G string, 2nd fret, and then you have 2 more low A's. So nice and slow. Once you get kind of comfortable with that, you can just start picking up the speed. Now it's really important not to think of it as one whole pattern. You should think of it as a bass line and a melody line. You shouldn't have the two combined. So you shouldn't be thinking of it as bass, middle, bass, middle, bass, then to the middle bit. You should think of it as 2 individual parts. You should think of it as with the thumb, and then you should think of the melody bit as well on top of it. So they're 2 separate tracks. Really concentrate on getting that bass line to plod along with the beat. So yeah, I always used to think of it as one whole piece of music, and when you start moving on to more advanced pieces, it doesn't help you. You need to split it. You need to think of it as 2 separate pieces. If I haven't emphasised that enough, you need to think of it as 2 separate pieces. And once you have that little motif down, you then just start moving the bass note. So the motif changes there when you get to the G. So that little bit on the G is just low G to G string, sorry, E to G, E and G strings at the same time, then to the back to the bass note, then to the D string, finishing off with 2 low E's. Down to the 1st fret, and you repeat that same riff that you did with the A, but just with an F on the bass. Sorry, the notes as well, I'm referring to as with the capo. So this is A string, G, F, but in reality we've got D flat, B, A. But for ease of use, I'm just calling it A, G, and F, just because that's kind of what we're already pre-programmed with. So there we go. 2 things for you to think about, go off and work on, and have fun with. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. There's a little button just down there. Give the video a like and a thumbs up. It always helps me out. There'll be tabs down in my Patreon page. There'll be a link just down the bottom there. And yeah, you'll be able to find more about me. If you want, you can also find me on Instagram. Again, it's down in the bottom. So yeah, I hope you got something from this video. It's a really interesting corner of guitar playing, and you know, when you see if you want to check out some people, Lindsey Buckingham definitely is a person that you should be listening to. Chet Atkins, incredible player. Tommy Emmanuel, incredible musicians. You know, it's always food for thought, and it's a different avenue for guitar playing. If you're used to just sort of strumming chords, and you can break out a little bit of finger picking. So go away and have some fun with that. You my children? You hear them? This is what quarantine's like. Having children homeschooled in the next room. Anyway, have fun with this, and I will catch you on the next video. Thank you. Goodbye.